my name is Brittany and I am a Disney fanatic and a travel agent with Magical Journeys Travel. I thought I would film some videos to help people who are trying to plan a trip to Disney World or Disneyland, a Disney cruise. There's a number of different vacations I can help people book. To start with, I thought I would explain a little bit about myself and a little bit about the company, and then in later videos I would go ahead and give some of my tips and tricks for how I plan a Disney vacation. So, like I said, I am a huge Disney fanatic. We figured out that this fall, in November, will be my 12th trip to the Walt Disney World Resort. I'm very excited. I've also done a couple of trips to Disneyland as well. So I had always planned my trips myself until I had a bit more of a complicated trip, which I don't have to go into the details of that, but the trip was a little bit more complicated for me and I didn't feel comfortable planning it myself. Now, I had done quite a bit of research online and I had seen on a website, Intercut, which is a play on the phrase Epcot for the Disney amusement park, and I had seen on Intercut that huge numbers of people were recommending a travel agency called Magical Journeys. I did not see a single negative review. Everybody just raved about this company. So I went ahead and used them, and they were fabulous. My travel agent was awesome. I absolutely loved her, and she booked my trip. I didn't need a ton of help because, like I said, I've been there so many times, but she gave me all the help I needed, and whenever I had a question, I would send her an email, and she would get back to me right away and answer the question. And actually, on twice when I had used them, I got an email telling me that I had saved so much money because Disney happened to come out with a discount for my dates of travel. So I ended up saving thousands of dollars. It was amazing. That's how I got started with Magical Journeys. So why should people use Magical Journeys? It's a great company because, first of all, it's completely free to use. There is no charge for their services. What are their services? Well, we can help you book a trip to Walt Disney World, Disneyland, a Disney cruise, an Adventures by Disney trip, as well as a trip to Disney's Hawaii resort on the island of Oahu called Aulani. What we don't do is we do not do travel getting to Orlando. So we don't do flights. So you have to arrange your own flight there. In addition, you book your own dining, and that's done online, and that's very easy, but that would be a topic for a different day. So Magical Journeys is very, very easy to use. There is a website that you can go to, which I will walk you through, and you fill out a form to request a quote. And I've been told that the form can be a little bit daunting for some people, so I thought I would go through and show people what everything means. Now, if you, obviously to get a quote, I need to know roughly what you're thinking. Now, nothing on the form is set in stone, and any of that can be changed. It's just kind of to have your information on file so that we can go back to it if we need it. Like I said, you have to have kind of a rough idea. There are many, many resorts at Walt Disney World, which is what I am primarily going to be talking about because that's where the largest number of people are traveling to. So if you don't even know where to begin in that regard, you can always email me and I can help you narrow it down to a couple, and then you can get a couple of quotes. So I will link some information below, some of my favorite websites, like this video will have Intercut, the link there, which is a discussion forum. You can post questions and people are great. They respond to you right away. Basically just other Disney fanatics. I will link the Magical Journeys website and the quote request form and my website as well. So you can also email me if you have any questions that I can help you with. And my email I will link below as well so that you can email me if you have any questions. So I will go ahead and show you the Magical Journeys website to see if you can see if I can help you understand a little bit more the forms, because like I said, some people find it a little bit daunting. And if you have any questions, feel free to send me an email. Okay, so here is the Magical Journeys website that I wanted to walk you through a little bit. A lot of the stuff is self-explanatory. Something I didn't mention before, we do not book people for off-site, which I would not recommend anyway. I really would recommend staying on property. You get more hours in the parks. You get to take advantage of the Disney Magical Express transportation from the airport. You're immersed in the magic 24/7. So it really is just a great option, and that's what we always pick. So this stuff is really self-explanatory. Name, address, you know what to put there. Phone number. Okay, so I think this is kind of where people are starting to get a little bit overwhelmed maybe or stressed out. Do you belong to AAA? That one's a yes or no. You would know that. If you don't have a AAA number, leave it blank. Annual pass. Are you an annual pass holder? So you would know if you hold an annual pass. If you don't, just say no. It's totally fine. Disney Visa. Do you own a Disney Visa credit card? Not just a regular Visa, but a Disney Visa. The reason we ask this is because Disney occasionally releases discounts for Disney Visa card holders. So if we have this information from you, we will know if we can go ahead and apply the discount to your package. Now, to take advantage of this, we do need you to have booked the original vacation with the Disney Visa. Military member. If you're not in the military, just leave the default select if applicable. Have you received a PIN or promotional offer from Disney? So what a PIN code is you can go on the Disney World website, and I really recommend this. Go on the Disney World website and sign up to receive newsletters, mail, anything from them. You want to receive email and regular snail mail, and they will occasionally send you individual discounts. They have public discounts that they release occasionally, but they also have private individual discounts just for you. So they will have your information on there saying, oh, you can get 20% off your resort if you book from this date to this date and you travel from this date to this date. So then if you just put what you have here, we can go ahead and add that for you. Travel dates. None of this is set in stone. If you decide to change any of this on this webpage, you do not have to fill out a new form, but we do need to know your travel dates because their prices change based on when you're going. So put your check-in date, your checkout date, and the number of nights as appropriate. Are the dates flexible? This doesn't mean if you initially are saying January, can you actually go in April? That's not what that means. It's more, can you go maybe a day or two early or a day or two later if it is more, like if it's cheaper, if there's a discount or something for dates near your vacation. Vacation wishes, package type. So this is where it starts to get a little bit more confusing. A room-only reservation would be just your resort. No tickets associated with that at all. No dining. Magic Your Way package is the way you would book a room and your park tickets. And the reason it's called Magic Your Way is because you get to choose, do you want to add the park hopper? Do you want to add the water park front and more option? How many days do you want on your ticket? That's what that means. So these last 5 options here are for dining. There's kind of a lot of options here. So if you're unfamiliar, quick service for Disney means essentially fast food. Table service is the equivalent of a sit-down restaurant. So the quick service dining package, you only have the option of eating at fast food restaurants. Now, of course, you could eat at a sit-down table service restaurant, but you'd have to pay for that. That would not be included as part of the dining package. The most common dining package is this Magic Your Way Plus dining package. Now, what that means is you get 1 quick service dining and 1 table service dining per day of your trip per person. And then there's snacks included in that as well. But if you're considering a dining package, this is the most common one. Insurance. Do you want travel protection? You are able to book or to add on your insurance up until your final payment. So you just say yes or no. And it works out to be about, I want to say $75 an adult. The children are covered under the adults, so you don't have to pay for every single person going, just the adults. Ticket length. Now this is how many days do you plan on visiting the park. So you could say room-only reservation if you're just staying at the hotel and not visiting any parks. Otherwise, you would pick how many days you actually want to visit the parks. Ticket options. So the most common option, I would say, is the park hopping. Now what that means is you want to visit, and it says right here, I would like to visit more than 1 theme park per day. If you want to do that, you have to pick the park hopping option. If you don't do that, say you go to Magic Kingdom in the morning and then in the afternoon or evening decide to visit Epcot, you would be charged 2 days worth of tickets. Unless you have park hopping, and then you would only be charged 1. The Water Park Fun and More option, this allows you to go to, like it says, areas other than Disney theme parks, water parks, mini golf, that kind of thing. No expiration. This really is not very commonly used. It's usually more fiscally responsible, I guess you could say, to just book the number of days that you want on your trip, and then your next trip, get a new ticket. Resort wishes. So here you pick your first choice and your second choice. And I just picked, just for example, say Disney's Polynesian. Then you can pick, it asks you the view. What kind of view do you want? If you want a theme park view, you're going to pay more than if you want a garden view room. So you could pick that. If your default here, it says please choose a resort. So you can't pick your view until you pick your resort. So give us a first choice and a second choice. And these are broken up by, here up is the value resorts. From Caribbean Beach to Port Orleans French Quarter are moderates. Disney's Animal Kingdom Lodge through Disney's Grand Floridian Resort are deluxes. And then you have the cabins and campsites, and then the Disney Vacation Club villas from here down. Number of rooms you will require, number of adults, number of children, enter 0 if none. That's all self-explanatory. Make sure you put your full legal name here. We need this information for everybody traveling. Here are all of the adults, and here are all of the children. So no nicknames, please. We need the children's ages because your pricing is dependent on the age of your child. Depending on how old they are, they will either be considered an adult or a child. So, and you know, that's for your resort and how many people you can have in a room and for your tickets as well. So we really need this information. Magical Express is Disney's complimentary bus service that goes from Orlando International Airport, the code is MCO, to your hotel. It's completely free. This can be added later, or it can be changed, but yes or no. If you're driving, obviously you would say no. And then it says, please supply flight information. That can be added at a much later time. You don't have to pick that right away. Are you a previous client? Obviously, yes or no. Preferred prior agent. If you put my name in here, this will come to me, and then I'll be able to get you a quote. Where did you find us? You know, that is kind of self-explanatory. Is this your first trip? Do you currently have a Disney resort reservation? So most people are going to go ahead and say no here. Yes, I currently have a reservation, or yes, I would like to transfer my booking to Magical Journeys. Now what that means is you have a reservation already made, but you want to transfer that to us. And why somebody might be interested in doing that is so that we can keep an eye on discounts for you, and we would automatically apply them for you. And we would take care of all the paperwork and sending it to you at the appropriate times. What will you celebrate? Disney is huge into celebrations, so pick anything that's appropriate and then the actual date of your celebration. And then any additional room requests. So if you are looking for a preferred room at some of the larger resorts would mean you're closer to, say, the main building or the bus stops if somebody has a hard time walking. If you have any special handicap medical needs. A room view, you do have the option of picking the view up here, so you really wouldn't have to put it down here. But it does say here, room view requests are never guaranteed. They do try very hard to accommodate them, though. And then you would check this box and click submit. And then once I get this information, I can go ahead and get you a quote, and we can email back and forth as well to get you additional quotes. Like I said, you don't have to fill out a new one of these forms every time you change something or want a new quote. Something else I wanted to show you really quick. This is the Intercut website. This is the website that I use, I would say most often for my Disney questions, just my personal questions. The discussion tab here, you can go through and see there's a whole section on theme parks, on resorts and dining, vacation planning, and so on and so forth. So if you have a question about, say, vacation planning, you'd click here, and then you can see all these questions that people posted. somebody has a question about packing for October. So you can post your question. If you want to post something, you have to have an account with them. Otherwise, if you just want to read, you don't need an account, and it's totally free. So you can see 6 people responded and 273 people saw it. So if you have a question, this is a great place. People get back to you really quickly. And then there's also, if you want to go to theme parks here, you can see there's park hours here, the rehab and closing schedule. So if you want to make sure you get to see a certain ride, check here, because it'll say, oh look, Splash Mountain was closed this year from January 6th to March 21st for work. So this is a great place to go as well to see what's being done both at the parks as well as in the resorts. And then here's under the resorts tab is another great place for resort information. You can click here and it breaks it up into 3 categories: value resorts, moderates, and deluxes. And then you have the Disney World Swan and Dolphin, which are not technically owned by Disney, but they're on Disney property. And this just makes it a little bit easier to navigate, I think. If you know, say you want to stay at a moderate resort, you can narrow it down to one of these 4. And then here is my website as well. If you want to look at this, I have a blog that I write different topics about Disney. So here are my packing tips. If you scroll down, you can see avoiding rookie mistakes, enjoying Disney World in the rain. I have a bunch of blog posts here that you can read. And then if you want to request pricing, you can go here, and it will it tells you kind of what to do. Click on where you want to go, where you want to get a quote request from, and that kind of thing. And one other thing I wanted to mention on the Magical Journeys website, I'm going to go back here. Okay, so say you're still trying to decide what resort you want to stay at. You can either email me and say, hey, I'm thinking about going. I don't even have a clue as to where I want to request a quote from. This can be quite helpful for you. So you can go to Walt Disney World, that's WDW, Walt Disney World Resort Pictures, and then you can look through these different categories to see pictures from the rooms. So say you're thinking about staying at Coronado Springs. It gives you a description of the room up here. It tells you how many people typically can stay there, the number of rooms, square feet, and then you can see a map of the resort as well as pictures. And there are room pictures as well, but here's like a picture of one of their pools. They have many pools. And just pictures around the resort, and here's a picture of one of the rooms. So if you want to look at some pictures, this is a great place to do this as well. So if you have any questions or requests, feel free to email me, and hopefully some of you found this helpful. Thanks for watching. Bye.